What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the Cohesive Podcast. It's your boy Eduardo. I'm here with my co-host Daniel, and we have a very special guest in the building today, my boy Carlo. Woo!
Good to have you.
Thank you.
Good to have you.
Good to be here.
Yeah, and if my voice sounds a little weird, it's because it's that time of year, and I feel like I'm getting a little sick under the weather. Daniel says I got him sick.
You got me sick. He sneezed on me. I heard him sneeze, and then there was something on my arm.
That's not true.
And I was like, man.
You know who I did get like that though? Junior. Bad. On his we were watching the football game, and I yelled, but then the cough came out, and it got like right here, and then he spit everywhere.
What part did you yell at whenever the Texans guy scored a touchdown or what?
Nah, we were watching another one. The Bills. The Bills.
Been watching them or what?
I like the Bills. Junior likes the Texans.
You?
I think I got sick at a wrestling tournament. We went to a wrestling tournament this past weekend in Bryan, and all them kids.
So many people sweat everywhere.
Man, dude, they had this thing where if the kid got a pin, then they would wear this gold hat. They would switch. The next kid would get the gold hat if whoever won. Dude, that gold hat was getting transferred from kid to kid. All I thought was lice, ringworm, everything.
They check them though when they compete. Right?
No, but they were all sharing it. So I'm getting sick too.
So one of the main reasons I wanted have you in here, just talk about the blue collar work, being a blue collar worker. You're pretty much your whole life, right?
Yeah.
Except for that little stint at the mall that you worked.
Yeah, a little retail job right out of high school. Yeah, Forever 21.
And
Gave my first job.
You worked at Forever 21?
Yeah.
that's how we met him.
Really?
Hey, yeah, man. Hey, the guy to girl ratio was like 20-1.
That's where I met his wife.
No,
Oh, really?
I met my wife's friend, and she introduced me to my wife.
Oh, okay.
Man, that was back when everybody used to go to the mall.
Yeah.
It was my wife's birthday one time, and I went into, I think the place was called Booyaka. I think that's the name of the place.
No, yeah.
Boy.
I know what you're talking about.
I think it was called Booyaka, and the little sales girl in there, she was like, well, how what size is you? I was like, I don't know. She goes, is she my size? I was like, yeah. I was like, yeah, dude.
You were like,
And I was making good money. So I was like, look, just give me everything on the top of that wall. I want it all. Because I figured if my wife didn't like it, we'd just take it back, whatever.
oh my god.
Man, dude, we
Had a stun on him.
I took it to her. I gave her the stuff. She goes, I don't even wear these kind of clothes. I'm like, what do you mean? She goes, this isn't my style. I was like,
If I remember correctly, that store was like for girls
Like
that like
a
to be a little revealing.
oh, I didn't know.
Like
I mean,
21 to like 20, like 18 to like 25.
I mean, we
it was
were
the one that
young.
was right in front of Forever 21, right? Right next to Radio Shack. Right next to Radio Shack.
There was
Right?
one there. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I gave it. She's like, this isn't even my style. I'm like, all right. So we went to go return it, and the girl was there. And Diana was like, I see why you bought all this stuff.
Oh, God.
I'm like, man, you can't do nothing nice.
Hey.
I see why you bought all this stuff. That's messed up.
Damn. That's what's up.
Yeah, man. So, how has life been being like in construction for so long, and because that's what you do, right? You do
Yeah.
what kind of construction?
I do residential construction. I've done a little bit of commercial.
Yeah, you did a commercial with your dad, right?
Nah, with this other guy that I'm working with from Chicago.
I think
And Willie. I mean, yeah, I guess, yeah. I worked with Willie for a while.
I remember
but
I
it
went to
was-
go help you guys.
Yeah, it's right here, right?
Yeah, but I remember I went to go help you guys. Is it still residential? The flats you guys were building?
Yeah, it's residential
still
still. Yeah, it's called townhomes, yeah.
I
Did
went to go
that.
work with him, and then he's like, "Oh yeah, man, I'll get my dad to pay you. So I went like a couple times. Like probably 3 days out of the week.
The worst,
And I never got paid.
the worst,
You never-
the
never got
worst
paid.
jobs we ever had.
Dude, it was just like lifting heavy stuff all day.
It lifted up subwood flooring all the way to like the
Oh,
fourth.
the 3/4 inch?
No, theirs is 4 stories. It's an inch and an eighth. This
and
is
then,
4
like,
stories.
so, like, we would go like one of us at the bottom, and then he'd be
Give
at
it
the top, and just going like that.
and then he go to the next floor, and then boom.
Yeah.
You didn't get paid.
No, I didn't get paid. I was happy to be there. I had
Did you
nothing to
go?
do.
You go like 1 day, right, or 2 days?
I went like 4 days.
Oh, damn. Oh, sorry.
Like 4 days, and like I
Damn.
never got paid. I remember that. That was funny.
Made you realize you didn't want to do construction.
Nah, it wasn't too bad because it was cold. Then I remember I've helped you a couple times in the heat.
Yeah.
And that made me realize I ain't built for this.
Yeah.
You're built for it.
I mean, if
You
I had
can.
to, yeah.
Yeah, you had to.
But
you had to.
if I don't have to, oh no, man. Because you've been out there in those summers, it's hot.
So, like, what's the hardest thing about? Because especially right now, things are changing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, especially with the whole
Immigration thing?
yeah. Like, how's that affecting your work?
I mean, right now, because I only work for myself, it really hasn't really affected me. But I assume like people who have bigger companies and that are doing bigger projects, it's probably put them back because most of the guys that do the work aren't coming out. They're too scared and stuff stuff like that. So.
Have you seen that? Have you seen like people not wanting to go to work because of that?
No, because around my neighborhood they're building houses all the time, and I see workers there all the time. But I can see why. Maybe like in Minneapolis, I think where they're just grabbing people. I heard today they were here in Katy too, all around.
Yeah, but are they really like in Texas? Are they really grabbing people?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. Like, the news is one thing. You watch something on the news is one thing, and then it's something somewhere else. I don't know. Okay, I saw a video with that Target. You saw those kids from Target getting picked up. And then I saw like the second part where they just threw him on the ground in Walmart and then drove off.
See, I don't know if that's happening here in Texas.
I saw here in Texas might be different because people have guns and stuff like that. So who knows? I don't know.
Yeah. But one thing I have noticed is like Home Depots are kind of clear. Like you remember you see a bunch of people.
Yeah, I think the people that are there now are just the people that just don't really care anymore. They're just like, Because I mean, like a lot of the guys that have helped me or I'm friends with, they're like, I don't care. They take me, whatever. Like they're at the point where like they just don't even care anymore. Like the guy that works for me is like, man, they catch me. I was like, you're not scared? He's like, nah. Soy americano. That's what he says. I was like, oh yeah. He's like, yeah.
I mean,
we've been telling even Diego. We told him keep your ID on you. He goes, huh? He don't speak Spanish or nothing, huh? It's like, he says, keep your ID on you just in case. Yeah. But yeah, I haven't heard anything about it here in Houston, but then again, I don't know.
But like he was saying about the commercial work, the guy I do help in Chicago, they go everywhere in the U.S. and they do urgent care clinics. He called me today, like out of nowhere. He called me today. He's like, "Hey, are you working?" I was like, "Nah, not really." He was like, "Do you want to come over here to North Carolina and help me?" I was like, "Nah." He's, "I'll pay for the airplane and everything to come help me. I don't have anyone to help me."
You don't have anybody?
No, like over there, but that's over there in North Carolina. He was like, I found some guys on Facebook, like you told me to, because he always asked me to like get on Facebook and find workers from. I was like, it's easy. Get on Facebook, go into like North Carolina contractors or job offers and ask someone to help you out, And he said that he hired 2 guys, but they just came that one day and then never came back.
Man,
hard to find workers.
I was like, oh man. I was like, damn, must suck. But I was like, well, I never try to do a job that I can't finish myself.
Yeah.
So I don't try to buy off more than I can chew. Like if worst comes to worst, I gotta do it myself.
That's a very good thing to learn in business because I've made the mistake myself with the van business.
Yeah. He's made that mistake too.
Yeah, I mean, you bite off too much. You made the mistake on what? You took a big job?
Okay, well, yeah. When I think it was Harvey hit, right?
When Harvey hit, you had a lot of work.
Yeah, well, I didn't have a lot of work. I was working for somebody who had a lot of work, basically doing everything that goes into like restoring a house when it floods. So like ripping out sheetrock, insulation, cabinets, everything, baseboard, floors. It was nothing like too major because it wasn't like nothing utility wise, unless like the water got into the outlets and you'd have to come and hire an electrician. Yeah. But luckily for me, like the water only got
low.
Yeah, low.
Just cut the bottom.
Yeah, they just wanted 2 feet, 2 feet, 2 feet, 2 feet. But there were those people that were like, "Hey, do 4 feet. Might as well." I was like, "Okay, whatever." They get their electricians to check it, and I was already doing it for somebody, and then some guys from because there were like neighborhoods were flooded, so there was another contractor down the road who came over while I was there, and I mean probably bad for me that he asked me like, "Hey, how much are you charging?" I was like, "Well, it's not my job, you know. And he said, well, you might give me an estimate. And I had done it with my dad for so long, so I told my dad, hey, go give him an estimate. So he gave him an estimate, and then we started doing it like that. And then after that first one, then I broke off with just that guy, and I didn't want to work with my dad anymore, because like he said, my dad doesn't pay. So he'll pay for like the first couple weeks, and then once it's time to turn the job, it's like, hey, there's no more money.
That's the profit.
Basically, it's like whatever was profits his, he doesn't care. You're not gonna get anything. So I had to break that off, and it's happened multiple times to me. Like he knows, but like when you need work, and he has it, you kind of just go like, you know.
Wow.
You got to.
So then, what happened? How'd you mess up by taking on?
Oh, I was charging too low already to begin with, thinking I was, making good money, and then it was just, since I was charging so low, it was like house after house after house after house, and I didn't have like the people to help me. It was just me and like two other guys. So it was just backing up, and then one guy took advantage of it, and he knew I had told him I couldn't start it, but he was just nagging. Can you come? So I'd work like till 3 over here, and then go to his house till like 9 o'clock, because he was staying at a hotel. So I worked from like 3 to 9 at his house, and that's how I did it. And then finally he was just getting fed up with it taking forever, and then he said out of nowhere he said he loved the tile, and then out of nowhere he was like, I don't like it, blah blah. Little by little things just started. I don't want to pay. Basically just not paying. All I had to do left was put the cabinets in. So basically like he didn't want to pay like the whole other half.
Oh wow.
And then I thought, and you write a contract or whatever, and it's like what you sign, you're reliable for it, and it doesn't work like that.
You still got to go take it to court.
You had to take it to court. It was like I was only this was back in 2017, right, when Harvey hit, or 2016.
That was like almost 10 years ago.
10 years ago, I was like, what, 23?
23.
23. I was getting these good checks. I was getting like $20,000-$30,000 checks a week. So I was like, man, I'm making some good money. But then after that guy happened, I was like, damn.
You got ahead of yourself.
I got ahead of myself, and I took like $20,000 loss, and I was like, whoa.
So what'd you do after that?
I tried taking to court, and then they were like, did you get it signed by the courthouse? I was like, no. It's like when you write this guy, he's like, they're foreigners, so they know they know more about the legal system than someone from the U.S. knows about the legal system.
Really?
Yeah, they knew exactly what to do.
Wow.
They knew exactly. He said, you didn't get a notary. He's like, I'm gonna sue you for defamation, and like take that down. Like I was saying, like I had told his neighbor, because his neighbor was the one who referred me to him. I told his neighbor that he didn't pay. He was saying that's defamation. He was like basically gonna sue me if I didn't take off the lien on his house. So my lawyer told me, hey, just take it off. Well, if you want to take it to court, it's an extra $15,000. I was like, I just lost 20. I'm not paying 15 to get. I was like, nah.
Yeah.
And it's not even a for sure thing to win it. I was like, I'm 23. I was like, nah. I'll go back to working for somebody.
Take it as a loss and learn.
But now I regret it, because $15,000 loss isn't really that much.
Now,
if I would have continued on that and just like push that aside, I would have already been like 15 years or what is it? No, 10 more years deep.
That's because after that you got crushed so much that you decided to leave the industry. Yeah, because that's around the time when you kept working, and try to, but you didn't want to do the bigger projects.
Yeah.
Because you got scared. Because you're like,
I got intimidated. I got intimidated.
Yeah.
But if I would have stuck through it, imagine, what is it now? Like 10 years. I would have been 10 years in the business already.
Yeah.
And now I'm basically restarting again from nothing. Well, I mean, I've been doing it for 2 years now, but starting again like new.
So where do you kind of see? Do you still want to grow it, or do you want to keep it simple, or?
Like right now, I like he said, I'm intimidated. I like the small stuff because it's like quick pay, like right away. You finish, 2 hours, done, paid. But I do want bigger projects. I want to like display what I can do.
Grow a big company.
Yeah, but like now with all this happening, like you said, like not enough work. Now it's like another scare tactic, because it happened to me when I was doing trucking too. When I was doing trucking, it didn't. There were people who always tell me there's no point in doing it because I wanted to do trucking company too. Like there's no money in it. There's this.
It's just highly competitive. That's
yeah,
the thing about
basically.
it.
But
It's
now that I got out of it, now it's not competitive. Now you have to know English to have a CDL. Now
really?
Yeah,
Well, that's because of that guy that
yeah. Now in Texas they took away like 70,000 CDLs because they didn't speak English.
in Florida too, I believe.
Florida and California.
Is that because the
Yeah,
18-wheeler
Yes.
that
No, it's
killed
because
people?
of Trump.
He killed the
Was it Trump passing it?
Yeah, because of that guy that killed the
Yeah.
people.
Well,
he didn't go off the little thing.
he made that U-turn
Yeah.
out of nowhere because he didn't read the sign that said no U-turns. He went like that. A family went right under it.
Yeah, I saw that.
And then they had the guy in Colorado not too long. I think that's the one that first
That's
started.
the one that started
the whole
movement,
thing.
Yeah. The guy in Colorado that didn't take the off ramp and he killed those people.
Like 5 people.
Man, that's
At that time, you were actually.
Yeah, that's when I was actually driving at that point. I was driving 18-wheeler at that point.
so. You do construction. You like the construction because you know how to build stuff.
No.
You like what drives you to construction out of all this stuff?
That I can do it by myself.
Okay.
I know how to do it. Like it's like truck driving. It's just
Yeah,
you. It's
but-
just you in control.
But as you get older,
Yeah.
how's that gonna be?
That's
How are you gonna scale that?
That's what I'm saying. That's where I'm at that point right now that I can't. I'm realizing that I can't do this forever.
So
Like my back hurts every day. Like my back
so
hurts.
what would you want to do if perfect world?
In
say
a
there
perfect
wasn't-
world, like my wife says, train somebody. Get someone that's 18, mentor them, train them. I was like, you know how much harder that would be to do that? Like
yeah, we tried.
losing money, and having to pay for somebody else. I'm not at that scale yet.
Yeah.
I want to be like
That's
I
a
want
tough- that's
like
a tough
I
one.
want to be at the point where I can afford to pay to teach somebody.
You could have been if you didn't leave the industry.
Yes, exactly. If I would have stuck with the same guys that helped me
Uh-huh.
and scaled from there, I would. But now, like I said, I'm starting all again from new. I'm learning pricing again. I'm learning how material costs are. There's new product out now that before when I was doing it, it was just this and that's it. Now, you want a tile restroom? There's like 4 or 5 different systems you can use now. Whenever I did it was just a what do you call it? The rubber pan and that's it. Pan liner, hardy backer, and red guard.
Now they got that orange system.
Now they got the Curdy system, the Go board, the Schluter system. I'm like, man, and you talking to people, it's like, what do you want, the high end stuff or you want the low end stuff?
So that's you sticking with construction.
Yeah.
What I mean is, if you were never in construction anymore,
Mm-hmm.
what was like the thing you wanted to do other than construction?
Truck driving.
Okay. And what's the other thing?
When you were a kid,
When you were a kid,
what was your dream?
Me?
Yeah,
True. When I was a kid, you asked my mom, would I dressed up for career day?
oh, here it
You
comes.
know what it was?
Well,
A Marine.
Oh wow.
Every year I dressed up. I loved the discipline. I loved the.
why didn't you go?
I don't know.
Dude, that's one of my biggest
My
regrets,
mom
too.
wanted. My mom didn't want me to go. I think honestly, if I think back to it, I think I did want to go, but my mom was like, "No, don't do it."
Yeah, so this guy actually won state, right? You won state with
Yeah.
with the Tigers.
Nah, not my year. Not my year.
I thought you did.
The year before.
Oh, so why do you
My
have
year,
that ring?
because it's like a team of the decade. Like we were the number 1 team in that decade. My year we lost.
But
but
you went to finals.
Yeah, we went to state and lost.
What year
How
was
was
that?
that?
2010? No, 2009. When you graduate 2010, what it's
2009,
Yeah.
2010.
2010.
Wow, how was that? How was that working so hard and getting to the finals in the state and then just losing?
Honestly, man,
I didn't mean it like that.
No,
but,
to me, like honestly, like there was guys crying.
Really?
Like, yeah, because I mean, all their 4 years that they lost.
Yeah.
Look, let me play out the scenario to you of how it went down. We're playing state final game, freshman quarterback, me, him, no chemistry, never taken a snap together prior to that week.
What?
Never prior to that week because I don't know what happened. Our QB, something happened. He stepped down or he couldn't take the pressure. Maybe, I don't know. Hopefully he's not listening to it. He couldn't take the pressure. He stepped out. Freshman moved up. We fumbled the ball like 7 times on that exchange. 7 times. He was too slow. I mean, he was a freshman.
Yeah, freshman quarterback.
But he won the next 3 years.
Oh wow.
He took him the next. I don't think he won, but he took him to like the next state, the next 3 years of his.
So what you're saying is that your state champ, that the chance you had to win, you lost it because of you?
I would say yeah, not because of me, not because of me, but like I could see how people would blame me and him. You know what I mean? But like to me, like I saw guys crying there. To me, it was more of a relief. I finally get my life back.
Yeah,
I've been in this since 7th grade, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, for 6 years, no summers, not a single summer.
just tour days.
No, not a single summer.
And if
Hell
people
week.
might not understand.
Hell week. Back then,
they might be like, oh, you guys are talking about high school football. This is high school football in Texas with one of the best, if not the best schools in Texas.
Whatever. Yeah, but anyways, yeah, like it's bled and played here.
Wow.
I mean, it was just sad, man. We lost. I was more of a relief to me. Like I finally get like to like take like the edge off, like someone not breathing down my neck, watching your every move. So maybe that's why I didn't do the Marines anymore. Maybe that's back to that. Maybe I got tired of that. Like, you know, you do it for so long. But yeah, maybe
Is that why you chose a career path that it's just you by yourself?
that no one. Maybe yeah, I could.
Without
That would make sense, right?
Makes sense.
Like I don't like to be micromanaged. Someone above me doing something. I don't know.
Yeah, I remember the word, like, since I met you, the times you've hated the most is when you're working for a company or you're working for somebody.
Yeah.
Those are the times he's always in a bad mood.
I'm always someone tell me what to do.
He likes to be his own boss. And I never got that. I don't know, like, that just never crossed my mind before until I met him. And then I met you, and now you're, like, super, like, how would I say it?
I don't know how to word it either. How would you word it? Whatever you are.
Like you got like you
old.
Nah, you got like that the entrepreneur
hustler mentality.
Stuff.
Like
It's different generation, man.
I want to make something of myself.
The thing that about him that like we even get into it like sometimes about I don't want to hear any negativity like at all from him. I want him to just go after it. I don't want to hear, maybe I can't do this, maybe I can't do that. No, you can do it. Let's do it. Just go.
Yeah, and that's probably where I struggle. I always had those negative thoughts. I had those like, man, what if it doesn't work out? Like, I'm always on like pressure mode.
You already lost $15,000. How much worse could it be?
No, then I'm like, dude, I look at my dad. And I'm like, man, that boy gambled everything. And he's still living.
So the best person to bet on is yourself.
Oh yeah.
But
100%.
Also losses, you just got to kind of roll with it. Nobody's going to work as hard for you as yourself. And I learned it a hard way too. Is I had started a company back in mid 2000s, and I had this guy that was video editor that was going to work with me. I couldn't afford him in the beginning, but then I had I had sold a company, and then I was going to be able to afford him. So I was like, man, we're doing it. I told him, we're doing it. I said, I'm going to put the money up. You just put the blood, sweat, and tears. I'll put it in. We'll get it done. And what happened was, since he didn't have any stake in the game, he didn't put any money.
He didn't put the blood, sweat, and tears.
He didn't put it in. He literally, before that, I knew he was a good worker, but when he didn't have the money in it, he never. So what's crazy is, I spent probably 9 months trying to make it work. Hey, we flew everywhere. We were doing a lot of videography, a lot of content and stuff. And it came down to where we were going to have what we were working on done by August. And I said, look, man, we got to have it done by August. And we didn't get it done. So everything that I had planned didn't work. And I told him, I was like, hey, look, since we had worked on the videography, the content together, I said, let me buy the content. So let me buy it from you. It's obviously not going to work. He's like, well, I'm not selling it. It's like, okay. He said, he says, you got to pay that. He said, he came back and he eventually said, I'll sell it to you, but I want, $15,000 or $10,000, whatever. I was like, I'm not paying that, dude. He goes, well, and I'd already put in $60,000. And he's like, well, you're not going to walk away from this and with nothing and lose 60 grand, are you? I said, listen, I was like, this isn't me losing 60 grand. I just had a $60,000 lesson to learn that you're not the person I need to take with me. So that I said, it's not going to do anything. And he's like, oh, you can't, you're not going to do that. I said, I've lost a lot of money in my life gambling and street racing, doing all that. This ain't going to kill me.
That's why you are the way you are.
Yeah,
You're a gambler.
I bet on myself. I bet the only thing you can control, and that's what I want him to do, is I want him to always bet on himself. And that's what, he builds the vans. He builds them by himself.
Yeah.
I don't really help that much. I mean, I got the vision, whatever to start it. He builds them himself. A lot of the fishing stuff that we do.
Yeah.
It's his ideas. He comes up, hey, well, like today, I'm asking him, well, what do you want to do? He's like, look, if we go fishing, he says, look, we got 3 days, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. He says, we got to work on the vans at least 2 of those days. He said, just understand, if we go fishing one of those days, we have to work at least 2 other. Like he's disciplined. Yeah. He's gotten to that point. But the part that he hasn't, that I don't think he does have yet, and what I want to see is, I want to see the wolf. The shark.
Is this a therapy session for
I want him to be able to, when he has an idea and not to say, hey, Daniel, I just want him to go after it. He needs to be at the point where he can just say, okay, let's do it. And tell me, hey, Daniel, I decided, blah, blah, blah. Okay, that's fine. He's not always going to make the right decision, but that's.
I mean, yeah, if you have some leeway to fall back onto, I mean, it's always reassuring, right?
I don't want it to be leeway.
Oh,
I want him to get to the point where it is risky.
That's terrifying. That's
but you have to fail. He has to fail at one point.
Oh, I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to the point where he's just like, I made a mistake, and that's and it's going to be a costly mistake, and we're going to get through it. And he's gonna be like, okay, but. The big part of that is to see. Look, I got goosebumps. The big part of that is to see when he gets over them and makes the mistake, where he goes from there. Is he going to do it again, do something else, and attempt it again?
Quit?
Because that's the fun part. The fun part is taking the leap again, even though it could go bad. That's the fun part.
It really is, honestly, and I think that's why I do what I do. I love the pressure. I honestly, I hate it. Like I hate it, but I love my back being up against the wall and having only one way out.
Yeah.
Because then it's gonna show me what I can do.
Yep. 100%.
I like it. I like, but my wife's like, don't you feel like all that pressure? I was like, yeah, I do. But I mean, it's always been like that. Like I've always lived like that. I think.
Yeah.
Like if it's not football, like underneath the pressure of like the lights. And being out there to win.
With the whole stadium.
Oh, yeah.
Texas.
People just yelling at you all day. Oh, man, that's the way I was raised. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like that's the way I was raised, and that's the way I'm always going to be.
It's not that I'm not confident or anything, It's just, I don't know. I guess I do lack some confidence growing up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What kind of confidence?
I don't know. I've been reckless with a lot of like my personal life. When I was younger, I was a lot more reckless. But like when it comes to like these big moves, I don't know. This financial stuff scares me.
Jeez. You imagine how it scares me, bro.
Yeah. That's also why I have no responsibilities. Like I don't have a wife. I don't have kids.
Hey,
you have wife and kids.
Wife and kids. Hey, the pressure's on, baby. I gotta make it.
Yeah.
If not, well then I'm going back to working 9 to 12. Who knows the hours they work out there? The plants, that's 12-hour days.
You worked at the plants before?
Yeah, I went with our friend Chris for like 8 months, and was it 8 months? Like 6, 8 months, and I couldn't deal with it, man. Waking up at 5 in the morning to get there at 6 and then leaving at like 5:30. In the afternoon, and then waiting in like an hour traffic to get home, and then going to the trailer, making your own food, and then.
Oh, you stayed in a man camp?
No, yeah, well, yeah. It was like behind someone's backyard, and a bunch of RVs packed in there.
Oh wow!
So it was just like, nah, I couldn't do it. Someone telling me you have to work these days, you have to work Christmas, you have to work New Year's, you gotta work 7 days straight. I'm like, no, I don't. It's like, yes, you do. I was like, no, I don't.
It's different when you're working for yourself. You'll happily work those.
Yeah, I'll happily
But
work.
when you're working for somebody else, you don't want to.
You don't tell me what I can and can't do.
I don't know, man. There's something to be said for, I don't know, the 7-hour days. When I was probably 19 years old, we were working 7/12s.
Wow.
But it was inside. It wasn't manual labor.
This was 110-degree weather.
Ooh, man, that would
And
be
nowhere to hide. With all your tool belts, your pants, you have to wear pants, gloves, jacket, long sleeves, knee pads, boots.
There's people that's what they do their whole life.
They do that their whole life. I was working with a guy, they call him El Tío. He was 65 years old, still doing it. I felt bad for him. Like I always had to help him out. That's who my partner always was.
You make really good money, but at the end of the day, it's worth it.
No. I mean, good money is good money, but I don't like.
But like a lot of those guys, they spend all their money like on a big house or like a big
trailer.
car. And then like you encourage me to go see the world. They never see the world. They see that. No, but how can you use AI for your everyday job? Is it just like adjustments?
Like I was gonna tell you, yes, I started using an app because most of my things have been like paper. I go on to Home Depot, get a pricing there instead of calling all these different places because Home Depot usually sells it a little bit more expensive than like a lumber yard. But I'll get the Home Depot price and write on a piece of paper and total it all up and then get my labor price. But now they make AI estimators now. Basically, all you have to do is kind of give it a little description of what you want done or what you're trying to do. Take a picture of the area, and it'll basically like give you an estimate. There's times I've used this thing and it's come up with things I didn't even think I needed. It helps me out a lot because there's stuff that goes over your head sometimes. You're like, I didn't think of that. Like nails. Who charges for nails or screws? I don't put in all that, but that's costly stuff. At the end of the day, it's like $200 just in those little things that you didn't think about.
Yeah, everything adds up, especially when.
So since last. I found that thing out like maybe end of last year. I think I told you, right? And I've been utilizing it. And I told him, I was like, what looks better? Like when you're giving someone an estimate, what looks better? Like a breakdown, like exactly of what you need, or just like a flat out cost. Like here's what's gonna cost. To you, what looks better?
Here's what it's going to cost. But I want to see where your costs are.
But would it look better if you have like numbers rounded up, like, okay, this is $2,000, or would it be better if it's like $19,680.53?
Oh yeah, because I know
you're more like exactly. So I pick and choose who I give it to like that. There's some people that are like, hey, you give me a ballpark. That I use like whole numbers. But when someone actually wants a whole estimate, I'll do it like that. I'll use that AI generated thing because these guys want to see number. They don't care what the numbers go to. They just want to see.
Does that AI generated like quote actually give you the right prices for things?
No, it overprices. It has markups on it, which I never thought to do. But it gives you like a 15% markup for the time you waste going and picking up all the stuff, looking for all the stuff.
That's actually pretty smart.
Yeah, that's really
and this stuff I don't take into account like the day or two or gas that I go and pick it up and time I spend buying all
that thing does all that.
Yeah, and I'm using the free version. I can only imagine it would even render an image of what it will look like when you're done.
That is insane. AI is crazy, but that's like a really good way that you're able to use it for your thing.
Yeah. I think but the thing is, it's barely learning me. Like this thing is because you can it'll ask you certain questions before, like how's the foundation
in the morning. Hello, Carlo. How are you?
No. Like it'll ask like what product are you using, standard grade, this that, like contractor grade. How's the foundation? How's the electrical? How's all this? Ask you all these questions. Man. So it's basically it's still learning me too. Like it'll ask me all these questions and then I'll manipulate the prices because like sometimes it'll overcharge on a lot of prices. I'm like, I'll go in there and I'll change what the price is, and then the next time it quotes me again, it'll change the price to that.
Wow.
That's
so like
really cool.
So it's like it's learning itself. Like it's learning itself.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
And then you tell it good night at night.
I tell it when it gets me a job, I'm like, man, I love you, AI.
I might get the paid version next week.
Just keep that educated.
Hey, I'm just like,
I'll
hey,
pay for you next
get
week,
me
baby.
5 more jobs and I will pay for you.
That's actually a really cool, interesting
and
way. That
ever
you
since I used it, man, people have been saying yes. I'm telling you, because they love the number thing. They love the numbers. Who knew that's all they needed. All these times I've been, and it'll even tell you. It'll even put out a scope of work for you. It'll print out the scope of work and the estimate of all you're gonna do. I'm like, oh man, say less.
We're done for. AI's taking over.
Nah, but back to working, I don't think it'll take over any job. How can it take out away
McDonald's already has kiosks.
handyman work? I'm saying
Yeah, but I don't go to the kiosk.
how
You went the other day.
Okay,
I
so
don't. I go. The only reason I went to the kiosk the other day is because I saw you typing in, and I was like, "Nah, I got it." And I saw you going behind me. I was like, "Nah, I got it."
Yeah, but you used it.
Yeah, I
used
did.
it. You didn't use it
I don't even
human.
think it got it right.
It was at Church's. Oh,
No.
no, not Church's, Popeyes.
Popeyes.
I just don't think. I mean, they might be able to build a new house. I just don't think they'll be able to fix a new house. It'll need people to fix them up.
yeah,
Yeah.
maybe build a new house.
Maybe build a new house, yeah, but to go and like fix like a life, like something that's inside that's already broken, I don't think so.
Can't do that.
So I think there'll always be handyman work. There'll always be
Oh,
remodeling work. Because who's to say you're gonna go back up and set up the machine to build more stuff on it? Nah, you're not.
What about when there's a robot that does it?
I'll do what they do in California. Just push that little thing over and.
Have you seen those? Where
Yeah, the little.
Yeah,
Didn't they release like 100 robots in San Francisco? Huh?
something like
What?
They released 100 robots in San Francisco to see how people would react to them.
I didn't know that.
I don't know. I mean, maybe
This
I'm
guy
not,
watches a lot of TikTok.
Maybe I'm no.
It's all AI. It's AI
This guy watches
videos.
a lot
It
of
was on
Instagram.
Thread and X.
Oh, it was?
So I was like, maybe it
Maybe.
must be real. Who knows?
I haven't got on.
But I have seen the ones where they like push it over.
The
and
little
stuff.
cart, the Instacarts.
I've seen those.
The Instacarts. They'll go and they'll just dump it over.
He was trying to use AI the other day to do our shorts, and I was like,
It'll get there. It'll
It's not
get there
there right
in a
now.
couple years, but it's just not there right now.
so now I told him I was just do them manually, and so
Yeah.
he's been doing them manually.
I mean,
But my dyslexia's been messing everything up.
it helps a lot with a lot of stuff. Honestly, I think it's useful.
I think it'll be a tool for people that, like, people are gonna have to learn to use it as a tool for whatever job they have, because it's gonna definitely disrupt jobs. But you're just gonna have to learn how to use it for you.
Yeah, it's like when you use like Excel. Like Excel, it's like almost Excel.
Yeah.
If I knew how to use Excel and program something for Excel, I wouldn't need this.
All
I would have to do is put like,
syntax.
yeah, just put it in there and then.
So let me ask you. So that's work. What have you been doing lately for play? Because you ain't been fishing with us.
Play? No, I haven't been doing nothing.
He has no life.
Well, I mean, y'all work during the week, during the weekend, I'm usually going with my family at church. Became a Christian man.
You've been at
God-fearing
church a lot.
Christian.
Yeah, I was lost, but now I'm found.
He went in and the holy water started boiling.
Yeah.
No,
He went-
I haven't been baptized yet. I'm
went to
working
the-
my way
He
up.
went to the church that Drewski was a part of.
Oh.
Have you seen that one?
Uh-uh.
Have you seen that skit?
Oh,
Bro, he's getting like
He's
a lot of
getting-
people are getting upset. Do you know who Drewski is, right?
Yeah.
The guy showed you. He has a new skit where he's like a pastor and he's like coming in.
and then mega churches,
one
you
of
know.
those mega churches. Have you seen? And he's like asking for donations, and then like at the end, he has like a Rolls Royce, right? And like some guys like, "Can you pray for my wife?" And he's like, "Hands off the car, man." And then he's like, "Did you give your tithe?" And the guy's like, "No." And then he's like, "Get out of here!" And then he spits his gum at him. Have you seen that?
Oh, it's all staged.
It's
huh?
a skit.
It's
a
all
skit.
staged, but I mean, it's
pastors
mockery,
are getting
you know.
upset.
It's mocking all the priests that do all
What do
that.
what do they call those?
Mega churches.
But what are the
Pastor.
evangelists?
Yeah, yes, evangelist. I mean, that's a weird subject. Like, I think a church should have, the pastors should live okay, but I don't think he should have like Rolls Royce.
should
Why?
live a
Why
modest
wouldn't
life.
he? If he was the best at what he does,
What does
And
he
he's-
do?
Because the church is supposed to be there to help. It's not. If you wanted to be something, then write your own books. Like write books or do something.
how
sell
do you
your
know
own
he's not?
things.
What he's
'Cause there's
taking
a lot
his
of
little
them
bit
that
of
don't.
money and invested.
Where did you get the money from?
Wait, you think a pastor should have a private jet?
I don't know about private jet.
There's pastors that have private jets.
Well, how long have they been pastors? Are they
A long-
60 something?
Yeah,
years
those
old?
old ones.
Well,
Yeah.
No.
The older you get, the less bills you got.
Dude, that was that guy Kenneth Copeland, right, in Dallas or something.
Bro, he's been around for like 60-something years, and why
Yeah.
wouldn't he have everything?
I don't think if you're a pastor, you should have a.
I mean,
private jet.
maybe like I guess what you're trying to say is like just because he's been he's done good by God, he should have all the benefits of
Yeah,
it.
but like-
maybe we were just hating. Maybe I'm just hating. Yeah.
Okay. Well, why should they have a $200,000 watch?
I don't
Till
know.
time,
I don't
I
know.
don't
I'm
know.
just saying, like, don't pass judgment on what they
No,
have.
you're right.
Because
Yeah, you're right.
as you get older, you build wealth.
I mean,
and there's generational wealth. If his father had good money and then passed it on and showed him how to manage his money.
The church, you're supposed to. You would think that the church would use that money to help people.
Okay,
What if it is?
but doesn't
I
he
don't
still
know
need
that.
to make a living? That's
Yeah.
the thing is, like, people don't. I think people pass judgment on, hey, the head of this oil company should it make this much, or they should make this, whatever. So then what makes you work harder? Why would you want to work harder if everybody's going to be the same? I'm gonna outwork the guy next to me 100%.
That's a job.
That what he's doing is a job.
It's a service.
Yeah.
And if anything, they're working for God.
No. But his
I get-
congregation is paying
I
him
get-
to where a company's paying the guy from the oil.
So if the congregation's paying him, okay, I'm pretty sure the church is pretty nice. They've taken care of the church. They've got certain
they
things.
always
They go.
pretty nice.
It's not like they're just paying him and nobody else is getting anything.
There's
Look
you
at
know
the
you,
summit.
you know
Look
you
at
know
the
when you
summit.
you know
Did
when
you
you
see-
you know when you preach like those type of guys preach that usually their audience has a lot of money, and a lot of them are sinners, which I mean that's why they go to church. I mean they're sinners, and a lot of guys they think that giving that money to the church is gonna like make them feel
Well,
less.
It's
so
just, it's prosperity.
or they give the money because that's
Preaching.
you're like that's what you're like conditioned to do. Like whenever you
It's not just the big churches. I'm gonna
It's
tell
every
you. I'm gonna
church,
tell you
yeah.
a quick story.
Everybody
But
wants
it's,
to be a
hold on,
pastor.
it's called prosperity preaching, to where they tell you, they preach to you, you do good and money will come to you.
not money.
No, on those churches do that, and they tell you if you give, more money will come to you.
Yeah,
That's how they get.
I started giving, but that's because
It's like I started giving.
no, because back then, like
That's why now the app's been good to you. You
no,
started
no,
giving.
no, nah, but that's like
He still won't give to the app.
No,
He's still
but-
using the free version.
Yeah,
Wait,
I
so-
know.
wait. So what was the story you were gonna tell us?
So the church does. It is a lot of what they do is based around money, though. And I'll tell you this: when me and my wife were going to get married, they said, "Look, it's Catholic Church, so you got to go. You're going to go on this retreat. When you get done with the retreat, you have these mentors and this and that. So we go to this retreat, and we're there. And they said, hey, the men and the women are here. We were doing like these little quizzes. Hey, to get to know your future wife, make sure y'all are compatible. I mean, we were answering each other's questions. We did the mentorship already, whatever. So at the end of the day, they said, look, we're going to lock you, the guys away from the girls. So I was like, what do you mean? They're like, we're going to lock y'all over here overnight. We're going to lock y'all over here overnight. I was like, everybody's about to get married. I was like, what do you mean y'all going to lock us up? And they're like, well, we just don't want y'all. I'm like, I'm a grown person. I was like, you ain't locking me anywhere. So I told my wife, I said, look, you want to get out of here? And she goes, yeah, but the church, they're not going to let us get married. I said, I ain't getting locked nowhere. So we left. We spent the weekend together. And then they, we went to see the priest. And he was like, look, y'all were supposed to stay. Y'all didn't go through the thing, this and that. Y'all have to go through that. That's part of the rules to get married by the church. I said, well, there's got to be something we can do. I was like, there's got to be something we can do. No, you can't. There's nothing you can do. I said, and it's a business. I knew it was a business. And so I talked to him and I said, look, I was like, maybe I can make a donation that can help others that come behind me, not make the kind of mistake I did. So he was like, well, look, you're still going to have to do the retreat. I said, look, I'm working a lot. I can't make it. I said, but I'll make a donation. Dude, they took my check and we got married by the church, by the Catholic Church. And the rule. So if they can break that kind of rule, and it's in Houston. It's a Catholic church. So you tell me, and it's about money.
Yeah,
it had nothing to
was
do
about money.
with what was right or what was wrong, what you're supposed to do. No matter what, I didn't do the retreat, and I didn't go by the rules, and I still got married in the Catholic Church.
They have a. You saw the documentary? They have one about a church.
On what?
Man, the money business of church, something like that.
It's money. It's a money business.
This guy basically he goes about like the guy you're talking about from Dallas and the guy here Olstein and all that, and that basically like.
I'm not saying the Catholic Church is exempt from it. They've done some of the worst stuff for money. I'm just saying, like, I don't know if
have you ever seen Olstein preach?
No, but I
on
hear
TV or
people
whatever.
say it's real good.
Man, that guy's brilliant.
I knew a girl once that I made fun of him and she stopped talking to me.
I mean, you could a lot of stuff
cult.
happens
It's a bit of a
when
cult.
when you're in that church setting. So them being able to get money, it's still a business. They have to be able to.
Joel Osteen at least has books. He releases books. If you go to the church, they have a whole section where they sell.
All I'm saying is don't discount that the person he's given his life. Some of these preachers have given their life to the church. Are you that committed to your faith to say it could go the other way? You could have nothing. You may have started. Look at how what do they call them? Not the friars, but the monks.
No.
They don't have anything.
And they're happy, and that's how all the other people should be.
Yeah,
You're Buddhist?
You can't discount somebody's hard work and what they can accomplish.
Yeah, but at what point is it a good life? And at what point is it we have 3 private jets?
Who cares? They worked for it, right?
No, they didn't.
Why are you saying they didn't?
They didn't work for it. Their work is
It really is work. It really is work.
Their work is preaching the word of God. It's not their word. It's the word of God.
But they come up with a sermon every Sunday. They have to come up with a sermon.
What I don't like about it is that a lot of those churches they get away from like the word of God, and it's more about donate and money will come to you.
Yeah, like I saw the video
and
of that guy.
Instead of like just telling you like that this is like what's in the Bible and teaching you about God.
I don't think you can say anything about that.
I've seen these documentaries.
Listen, okay, the documentaries. But how much time have you spent in church? In the last year, you've been to church a lot?
Last year, no.
What about the year before that?
No, not a lot.
Okay, well then, how can you say that?
But
You're older now.
You're
older now. You're gonna have a different view on it.
16 years.
You're gonna have a different view on it as you're older.
I do need to find a good church. Now, I'm dang sure I ain't going to Joel Osteen.
Why? Have you ever seen him when he was on TV?
Yeah,
just
seen
seen
it was
him.
great. You can't even pull away from the TV. It's that good.
These are not pastors. They're motivational speakers.
Okay.
So
you got a good feeling out of it, right?
Yeah, but you take the word of God out. You got to take the word of God out and just call yourself a motivational speaker.
And interpret it. I mean, you got to interpret it your own way.
Because that's all they're doing. They're motivational speakers.
I
They're Robinson. What's his name?
Tony Robbins.
Tony Robbins. Bro, this guy charges so much money for a motivational speech.
I don't know, man. Sounds like you're hating.
Hey, man.
Maybe
I don't like it either. I don't like. I mean,
Maybe.
I don't like they have the planes, all that. I mean, if you're a little bit like maybe.
Why don't you like that they have a plane?
Because
why should you work hard for
it's
something and not
dirty.
have?
It's
When
dirty.
a
It
person
feels
has
dirty.
that, we're so programmed into the mind to think that if you're getting that, it's basically coming from the church. Like it's coming from my donations. That's my donation. That's my donation.
You don't go to the church.
If it's
I know
only
that's why I don't go to that type of church.
If it's only come from donation and not like you have books or you have other businesses, that's
You shouldn't be counting. What did you tell me one time?
You shouldn't be counting somebody else's pockets.
How did you? Counting pockets.
Counting pockets. It's just that they
But
call
like you
themselves
said,
preachers.
but
when
like
they're
it's
not.
like
They're
but
motivational
it goes back
speakers.
to what you're saying. If they devoted their whole life to God, then it had to come from God. That from
No, what are you talking
no,
about?
like the money came from the church.
No.
If you devoted your whole time to the church, then the money came from the church.
How do you know? How do you know that they didn't take their salary and invest in video?
In the church, it says
They get salaries?
Well, they get money. They get a
I know
stipend.
from where?
Yeah, how do you know that they didn't?
So let's say you're going to a church that no one donates. How are you going to get your salary?
Well, a church starts up. They have money to start up with.
Yeah.
They grow little by little. But how do you know that they didn't just take their money and invest in NVIDIA, or they were in the 90s, they invested in Disney, Pixar, whatever? You don't know. You don't know how they got their money. This is all allegedly. Look, he's looking it up.
No, it's a quote that always like I always think of when I think of this stuff. I'm trying to find it.
Anyways, yeah, me going to this church is pretty good.
Oh, yeah. Not everyone who says to me, Lord, Lord, will enter the kingdom of heaven, but to one who does the will of my Father who is in heaven. On the day many will say to me, Lord, Lord, did we not prophesy in your name and cast out demons in your name and do many mighty works in your name? And then will I declare to them, I never knew you. Depart from me, your workers of lawlessness.
See what you just said there? I guarantee you, Osteen would have said it better.
Because I'm not a preacher.
I'm just saying.
That's what. But what did it say? It
I don't even know. I didn't even hear anything.
There's going to be a lot of people.
Did you?
I didn't pay attention.
Yeah. Did you even hear it? No. But you know what? Osteen would have, or one of these other preachers that's good at it.
Like you said, you got to be a good speaker to be a pastor.
That,
Not just everyone has it.
He was da. I guarantee you.
Well, because I'm not prepared.
You got to be able to bring the people in.
But if you would have listened to that, it says that not everybody that so-called preaches the word of God is doing it in the right way or really caring about that. They care more about the money or other stuff that comes from it. That's what that passage is mainly seeing. Like
the power.
You might say that you're doing this stuff in my name, but you're not. You're doing it for yourself. And that's when he'll turn at you and tell you, I never knew you.
I don't know, man. Yeah. I think
because if you're doing something for
I think
God,
if you spend some time in church this past coming up, you spend a little more time, then I think you'll have a different view because you're older now. You'll have you won't be as much of a sinner, so you can you have more to talk about.
I know. I'm sorry. I don't mean to judge these people because I am a sinner. We're all sinners. I am very sorry about that. But it's just something about it is dirty to me.
You're stuck in the mentality that everybody should be equal.
No. I get when with like the oil guy or whatever, the guy, they make money and they do they have what they have.
Like Elon Musk and all that.
Like Elon
right?
Musk, I get it. You're creating businesses. You're creating jobs, opportunities for these people. I get why you have your money. There's a lot of people that are able to feed their family because of you, because you employed them. But when it comes to this, because of God, because of the way they bring God into it, it bothers me.
Well, that's unfortunate.
I feel the same way too. I mean, I could care less if you start a business and you're making $2 million or $2 billion.
You are just against the whole religion thing of making money.
Just call yourself a motivational speaker and that's it.
No, I mean, I don't know say all that, but I just feel like, you should be living a more humble life if you're preaching the word of God.
Humble. I'm saying get your house that's $400,000 or $500,000. That's fine. Get yourself a nice car. Get yourself 3 jets, Rollies on the arm, Patek Philippe on the arm that's worth $200,000. Like, come on, man.
Yeah, but don't you think that when they're on the jet or they're wearing the watch, don't you think they feel inspired?
No, what that one guy said, they caught him, they did the interview with him. He's like, sir, did you call human beings demons that you would not get stuck in a plane full of demons and heathens? He's like, I never said that. You never seen that interview? Yeah, where the ladies like confronting him about it. It's hilarious.
No, never have.
Well, whatever, guys. It's getting late. I'm all worked up now.
I'm worked up on Jesus.
I'm all worked up.
You need to go home and read that Bible.
Yeah,
I do.
I need to get me a Bible too, man.
I read the Bible. I read a little passage every night. I try to.
More than me.
Well, Carlo, thank you for coming by, man. It's been a pleasure.
Yeah,
Listen, you got to come fishing with us, man.
Yeah, I know.
You gotta make time. Skip church one day and come fish with us.
I can't skip church.
Well, then come on a Saturday.
Yeah, I can go Saturday.
This guy's gonna be preaching on the wall. I have him read quotes to you all day,
Okay.
or on a Sunday. He'll do Bible verses.
They do YouTube. They do YouTube too.
There you go. We'll just play it. We'll just play a podcast on the way to go fish. Yeah. We're gonna play Osteen.
Not Osteen. Not Osteen. No, Osteen. All right, guys. This has been another episode of Sorry I Went Off the Rails at the end.
Sorry, I went off the rail at the end.
Hey guys, so we have a section on the forum, on the Vast Rome forum for Cohesive. If you have any suggestions for subjects, or if you just want to talk about this podcast, it'll be posted there. Please share your interest in it and share what your comments are, and we'll go from there. Also, you can like and subscribe. That'd be great.
Peace. Love you guys.
Thanks, man.